In Steelers history, there have been plenty of offensive stars, Lynn Swann to Jerome Bettis to Ben Roethlisberger and all the others between. Pittsburgh's defense can boast the same star power with Joe Green, Rod Woodson, James Harrison, and TJ Watt. What's forgotten are the Steelers who dominated the third phase of the game, the most overlooked aspect of football, special teams. Pittsburgh's had their stars there too. One of their best ever is Chidi Iwoma, listed as a cornerback but serving as an elite specialist throughout his 8-year NFL career. Today, we'll review that career. Growing up in California, Iwoma stayed local and played his college ball at Cal for the Golden Bears. The teams he was on weren't very good, but boasted big names. Along his defense were guys like Nnamdi Asomugha, Deltha O'Neal, Scott Fujita, and quarterback Kyle Boller, who would later become a first-round pick, though not a very good one. But Iwoma was considered a star of that group.
There you see the defensive backs. Chidi Iwuoma is the star, the DBs for Cal.
An overall lack of size and splashy numbers, just 4 career interceptions, caused him to fall out of the 2001 NFL Draft, signing as an undrafted free agent with the Detroit Lions. He made the roster, and while he played on special teams, he also saw snaps on defense, though he took his lumps as a rookie.
Lions to the deep list.
And then Miller to Dwayne Bates. It's Bates Motel, he's a psycho. And it's 7-0 Chicago.
Yeah, we take another look at this. Bates is going to run the little skinny post and get inside of Chidi Iwuoma. And Miller will hit him in rhythm for the touchdown. Iwoma.
You have a bad Iwoma? What, did you forget to use deodorant?
It's a nice Iwoma.
Bad Iwoma, then you forget to use the deodorant.
Iwoma spent just 1 year in Detroit before being signed by the Steelers, partly due to Hank Poteet suffering a toe injury. Iwoma continued to carve out his role as a great special teamer, best remembered as a starting gunner on the punt coverage team, finishing the year with 17 tackles after putting up 13 as a rookie in Detroit. Opposing defenses game planned around Bettis and offenses around Joey Porter, but special teams coaches stayed up late at night devising ways to slow Iwoma down on special teams. One shining moment was taken away from him, catching a Darren Sproles muff punt on primetime television. After review, Iwoma was flagged for fair catch interference, a quirk in the rule that says on fair catches, no defender can interfere until the ball hits the ground. The ball went back to the Chargers, though John Madden said what everyone was thinking.
Steeler player, Iwoma, interfere with him.
I think is what he said. After it bounces off him, you have to let him still have the right to catch it.
Right.
Now that's a stupid rule.
Yeah, it is.
I mean,
but
that's stupid.
It's only after a fair catch, though.
Yeah, but you see here, he doesn't catch it there. Now you can't interfere with his next right to.
Years later, he told Steelers.com the story of being triple teamed on a kickoff against the Browns. Teams treated Iwoma on special teams the way Aaron Donald is treated by offenses today. It was that level of dominance. Twice he served as the Steelers special team co-captain, earning those honors in 2004 and during the team's 2005 Super Bowl year. He's credited for forcing fumbles in both those years, though Ike Taylor was snubbed of the one in 2004. In 2005, though, he recovered a fumble to beat the Vikings, and in that 2005 regular season finale, Iwoma popped the ball out of Lions return man Eddie Drummond's hands and helped lead Pittsburgh to a victory they desperately needed.
Drummond looks like he's all right. He's just trying to get outside the wall to the left. And then watch the defender come flying in here. Coakley pushes him back in. Pow! That's the one that causes it. And then Keisel, just before it goes out, reaches out with that right hand and pulls it back in.
That was Chidi Iwoma, the backup cornerback, 29, right there.
Punched it out.
Iwoma had at least one tackle in each of the Steelers' playoff games that year, including one in Super Bowl XL, a 21-10 win over the Seattle Seahawks. 3 of those tackles, including that one, were solo. Pittsburgh had great specialists over that time, Iwoma, Sean Morey, and Clint Creedwald. Iwoma was finally a Super Bowl champion, but the following year, 2006, was the beginning of the end of his career. He underwent shoulder surgery before camp and suffered a concussion during the preseason. Now one of the older vets, Bill Cowher and the Steelers, released him in early September, and for the first time since his rookie year, he was no longer a Steeler. Once he got healthy, Bill Belichick's Patriots signed him a month later, and he lasted through Halloween before getting cut again. He had a brief stint in St. Louis with the Rams, though never appeared in a game before circling back to Pittsburgh in early December. He played in 2 games, picking up 3 more special teams tackles before dislocating his wrist. Those injuries would later lead to a lawsuit, though I'm unclear on how the case was resolved. Pittsburgh brought him back in the offseason but released him during the 2007 final cutdowns. His last NFL stop was Tennessee. Iwoma played in just 1 game, but as a final example of his special teams ability, he picked up a pair of tackles, 1 on a kick and 1 on a punt. Iwoma finished his NFL career appearing in 77 games with just 1 defensive start way back in his rookie year as a Lion. He picked up 85 tackles, with the vast majority of them coming on special teams. In Pittsburgh, he spent very little time on defense, only jumping in when injury struck. In fact, Pro Football Reference does not list a single example of him making a defensive tackle in a Steelers uniform. After leaving the field a final time, he stayed close to the game of football. He returned to his alma mater and worked at Cal to help players off the field. Since 2013, he joined the Steelers first as a Bledsoe scout and now as a college area scout, most often working out west. Iwoma is an easy name to forget, I know. Okay, maybe not his name, that was unique, but few remember specialists who aren't returning kicks and punts into the end zone. But great teams needed guys like him, and he played in an era where elite special teamers were worth their weight in gold, a time when kick returns were more prominent and the league had great return men like Dante Hall, Josh Cribbs, and Chad Morton. Iwoma was the antidote to those guys, and he is one of the team's great specialists.